Good morning, y'all, and welcome to Apron Strings. I'm going to bring y'all over here close to the mixer, and we're going to mix up a delicious cake that's very unique in its ingredients. I love carrot cake, but I don't love having to grate all those carrots and get all the prep work done. Well, several years ago, my cousin Wanda gave me a recipe for a delicious carrot cake, and it's made with an ingredient that you probably wouldn't even think about. It's made with baby food carrots. And if you think about the baby food and what it's made of, it's like just pureed vegetables. So it's pure carrot, but it's already done for you. So I'm going to bring y'all, you can make this either in a 3-layer or a 9x13. And I'm going to do a 9x13 today simply because it's quicker. But it makes a beautiful stacked cake if you're wanting to make something that's impressive. So I'm going to bring y'all over to the KitchenAid and we'll get it mixed up and in the oven. I'm going to start by putting a 1.5 cups of vegetable oil in. And into that I'm going to add 2 cups of sugar. And I'll just mix that a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to add my eggs. It's 4 eggs. And I need one more. Just going to mix my eggs in. I'm going to go ahead and add my teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm going to add my baby food. It's 2 small jars of baby food. I think they're 3 or 4 ounces. And I've used the junior before. All you're trying to do is get you some pureed carrots to put in here. Now, the original recipe did not call for coconut, but I like a little bit of texture in it, so I add coconut to mine to give it just a little bit of something in there because you don't have the grated carrots. This is a wonderful cake recipe, and if y'all have never heard of it or tried it, I hope you'll try it. You won't be sorry. Okay, I'm going to mix the carrots and vanilla in. I'm going to go ahead and add my flour, maybe half and half. So it won't go everywhere maybe. Okay, I've got the rest of the flour in, and I'm just going to get it very well incorporated, and then I'm going to add my coconut and my pecans, but I'm going to add in my cinnamon and my soda and salt. And when you get the cinnamon in, it smells like a carrot cake. Let me scrape it down a little bit. Add in my coconut and a cup of chopped pecans. You can toast them if you would like. Adds a little bit more flavor. Okay, we're going to get over to the booze block. I've got my pan coated with Baker's Joy and ready to put the mix in and get it in the oven. My kids were little and at home, they'd be saying, "Mama, don't get it all, save some." They like to scrape the bowl and lick the beaters. But they aren't here, so I pretty well scraped the bowl. I'm just going to spread this out in here. And I'm going to bake it probably for about 40 minutes. I'll just have to check it and see, because of course the layers cook more quickly than a 9 by 13. I'm also going to fill a little Corningware bowl with some water, hot water, and I'm going to put it on the bottom shelf. That makes your cake more moist. I learned that from Maine, Oregon. It's just a little dish with some water in it, and as it heats and steams, it helps to moisten your cake a little bit. Okay, I'm going to get it in the oven at 350, and we'll be back in a little bit with the cake to ice. Okay, y'all, the cake is done, and I cooked it 40 minutes at 350, but it has to totally cool, and then we'll put the cream cheese icing on it. The cake is almost cool enough that I can whip the icing up and we'll ice it. It sure smells good. Okay, we're going to whip up 8 ounces of cream cheese and 1 stick of butter, which is 1/2 cup of butter. I need to scrape it down to be sure that I'm getting it all incorporated well. Then I'm going to add 1 box of 1 pound of confectioners sugar, and that comes to 2.5 cups if you want to get the 2-pound bag and measure it out. I need to add a teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm going to start adding in a little bit of the powdered sugar. At a time. I'm going to go ahead and get all the sugar in, and then I'll bring y'all back when I'm ready to ice the cake. Alrighty, we're ready to ice our cake. Got my cream cheese icing ready to go here. I'm just going to put some around on it and then make it meet. We're having a little bit of breeze and showers from the beta, but we're not having any bad weather from it so far. The tide at Galveston is high and some of the roads are flooded, but we're dodging it again. And when it's cloudy and overcast like it is outside, and the weather's cool here for a change. We're having, today's in the 70s, which is, Lord, that's almost winter time in Texas. It's supposed to be in the 80s for the rest of the week, so that's a great reprieve from the heat that we usually have. And when I do a 3-layer cake with this, I don't pile it up between the layers, because you won't have enough to make the sides and the top pretty if you do. So just remember that if you decide that you want to make a 3-layer out of it, go light on the icing between the layers so that you'll have enough to make a really pretty wow cake on the top and sides. I like to try to dress it up much as I can. And then when I was chopping pecans a while ago on the food processor. I did a bunch of extra because I got some more recipes coming up. And I like to just sprinkle some pecans on the top. And that's the cake. Now the reason I like to do it in this 9x13 is because it has a lid that snaps on the pan. It says from the kitchen of Gay Jordan. So I can just put that on there and it'll keep it fresh until it's gone. And that's easier for me to deal with right now than a crystal cake plate done in 3 layers. So that's why I put it in this pan. I'm going to cut a piece and show y'all what it looks like. I'm going to show y'all what a big, thick, pretty cake it made. Look how thick that is. And it is yummy. I already licked my fingers when I cut it, so I'm a good testifier here. Friends, y'all have another one of the recipes that's been in my recipe file for about 45 years. I have used this and used it and used it. And during the holidays or a really special occasion, I'll stack it in 3 layers. But it's a lot more convenient to put it in that pan that has a lid on it, and you don't have to worry if the grandkids want a piece because they won't break your cake plate getting the lid off and on. So today I just did it like this. Y'all need to try it. It's very easy. And if you're thinking baby food is pure, pureed vegetables, nothing added. So it makes a wonderful, wonderful cake. You could make this into cupcakes if you wanted to, or little bitty small loaf cakes, probably 3, in a little foil pan where you could still put the icing on it to share with your neighbor or somebody. A lot of possibilities with it. Sure is easy. And you can have baby food carrots on your shelf and they won't go bad, because if you get carrots in the icebox, they might go bad. Y'all try it. Let me know if you try it. And be careful. Be making you a few plans in case things get rough in our world. Y'all, I keep talking to you about this, but it's evident with everything that's going on that there's an agenda that's not being publicized for everybody to know what it is. We're in very turbulent, troublesome times, and you'd be really wise to stock up on your staples that you need in your house, your toilet articles, food for the kitchen, to where if things get very, very bad, which they could be closer to election, you won't even have to leave your house. I keep telling y'all this, but you better listen to me. There's something to it. It's good to not have to be out and worry about what's coming from any side of you. Make a little bit of preparations. Plan ahead your Christmas and Thanksgiving menus and have what you need as much as you can to prepare those meals without having to go to a store because the shelves may be empty. The good Lord bless y'all. Take care of yourself. Come back here in a day or 2 and I'll be doing something else, and I sure do want you gathered around watching.